glance at Hungary through familiar eyes, not through fourth or fifth-hand reports. In the studio with me this afternoon for a little round-table forum on the subject of Hungary are two men who know Hungary as Hungary really is. In the studio here is a man named, now don't get frightened, Bela Lugosi. The man many of you know, or all of you probably know, as the Dracula of the screen, and a man who plays the leading role in Arsenic and Old Lace. But Mr. Lugosi is not here as Dracula today. Today he's here as an American citizen and an American patriot, a Catholic, a Democrat, and a man who is interested in helping to bring real liberation to his native land, Hungary. Mr. Lugosi heads many social organizations, religious organizations, all tied up with the future welfare of people. And he's president of the Hungarian Council for Democracy, in which many leading Americans of Hungarian descent are active. Can you tell us, in a sentence or two, just what is Hungary?
It is true that, to most people, Hungary is a very distant land, a land of good wine, good music, interesting dances. But to us Americans of Hungarian descent, Hungary has always appeared in a kind of perspective. In fact, Hungary is the Hungary of the nation.
The Hungary of Horthy, which was totally unrelated to the people of Hungary?
Yes, I mean exactly that. Although the same picture has been true throughout most of the history of Hungary. I'm sure that John Roman here, who has been a reporter of Central European and Hungarian history for a long time, will agree with me.
Well, now, of course, you gentlemen look to a great change. Isn't that so, Mr. Lugosi?
Decidedly. We are convinced that the inevitable victory of American arms, together with the might of the rest of the United Nations, will bring about a change in Hungary. A change with which I, along with others, am so deeply concerned. Our position, those of us who represent the Hungarian democratic movements here in this country, our position is that the liberation of the Hungarian people, as well as all people who have lived under fascism, will be a logical outcome of the policies of Roosevelt, that is our American government, and of the agreements which were born at Tehran.
Would you care to elaborate on that, Mr. Lugosi?
I would add, perhaps, that the democratic European continent, in the all-embracing sense of the word, is inconceivable without a democratic Central Europe. And there can be no democratic Central Europe with Hungary remaining feudal and fascist.
By that you mean to emphasize the strategic position which Hungary occupies in assuring permanent peace and democracy in the old world.
Yes, precisely.
Well, let's glance for a moment at the real people of Hungary, the army that hasn't enjoyed very much publicity. Very few people, I'm afraid, know that there is a growing underground movement called the Hungarian National Front of Independence. Mr. Lugosi, would you care to tell us something about the underground in Hungary?
I'm proud and delighted to, Mr. Gilmore. The Hungarian underground really crystallizes the common denominator of resistance, which binds all the people who have felt the whiplash of fascism, like the heroic people of France and Poland and Greece and Yugoslavia. The people of Hungary, the real Hungary, are fighting.
Is the resistance in Hungary made up of the same cross-section representation, politically and socially, as the United Fronts of Yugoslavia and France, for example?
Definitely, Mr. Gilmore. The historic principle of Tehran has been in practice for some time in Hungary. The battle against fascism from the inside is a coalition battle. The Hungarian underground is made up of this kind of cross-section. There are represented the small landowners party, the peasant league, the National Democratic Party, the Kossuth Party, the Communist and Social Democratic parties, the Christian trade union movement. And some time ago, the coalition was joined by an influential member of the board of Hungarian Union of Industrialists.
Well, that just about covers all the people, except the fascists, doesn't it, Mr. Lugosi?
It certainly does. But besides the uniting factor of patriotism and the yearning for real democracy, It is my conviction that the plain people of Hungary are united by their faith in a true leader of the people, the long-exiled president of the pre-Horthy Hungarian Republic, Count Michael Karoli. It were the ideals of Karoli which rallied the people of his country to organize resistance in the cities, in the factories, in the mountains, and even inside of the Hungarian army. And now democratic Hungarians all over the world, in the United States, in South American countries, in England, all who want to see Hungary liberated so that the people of Hungary may once more be a free nation among free nations, look to Count Karoli as Hungary's own Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lugosi, and I'm sure that our listeners have learned a great deal, and I'm sure that the thousands of people who will gather at Manhattan Center this afternoon to hear your message on the new liberated Hungary will find a great deal of inspiration and knowledge in what you have to say.
You have just heard William S. Gilmore, noted columnist and news analyst, presented by the Stumer Baking Company, who bring you those two daily favorites, Stumer's Light Pumpernickel Bread and Stumer's Chocolate Donuts. Tune in next week at the same time for another quarter hour with William S. Gilmore.